nails look good on you.
I like it. I like it.
Welcome back to DNM Cast, episode 23. This will end up being. We are here. So this will be more of a unique episode. It'll be more of a guide of how to get over breakups and our tips for that. Because we've done segments before, 5-10 minute segments about relationships, breakups, but I feel like we haven't really comprehensively covered the concept of a breakup and how it makes you feel, what actually is a breakup, and dissecting a little bit more. And I think that's how you solve a lot of problems. Actually dissecting it is how you like find out a lot more about things in life. You dissect what it actually is, and then you work out how to deal with it. So that'll be the more concept of this episode. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So we'll start with, I guess, just top three, one sentence max, tips that have helped you. All right, so we got one each. So one tip, number one, that when you think like your most recent heartbreak or like breakup, whatever, it might have been a talking stage, doesn't matter. Heartbreak, might have been losing a fucking dog or something, like whatever. Yeah. What's one thing that stands out to you that you think, fuck, that actually helped me a lot?
Spending time with my friends.
Spending time with your friends, so socializing.
Yeah. So socializing with my friends, never being alone. Yeah. I'd say.
Not getting like alone in your thoughts? Is that?
Nah, definitely. Like I wouldn't be by myself. If I was by myself, like I had time to think about everything. Yeah. If I had my mind going, like if I was hanging out with Luke, if I was hanging out with you, like I'd need to, I reckon being with people is probably the best way to not think about it.
Yeah.
100%. You need that perspective as well.
Yeah.
And when you get the perspective of outsiders that help you form a new opinion, that's where it helps you.
You know, it's hard when you've been talking to just that one person and then having to let them go, and you're just like, who do I have now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. When it's like relationship or talking stage, like heartbreak, that sucks. That's the worst. Because I feel like that's the only real kind of heartbreak where it's like you're losing someone, but they're going somewhere else.
Exactly.
So it's like where it's grief, it's like you're losing someone, but they're gone.
Yeah.
It's like each heartbreak is different, but that's almost like unique in the sense is like you've lost them and now they're going to be with someone else.
Exactly.
Which sucks in itself. So that's a unique style of heartbreak, and it's definitely a tough one to get over, which is the premise of this episode. So what about you, Luke? What's your number one thing that stands out?
Things that you enjoy that help you become like a greater version of yourself or help you improve yourself in any way. So for me, it was like going to the gym because I knew that was going to make me stronger, made me look better. And that's where I like felt like I could have self-improvement. Yeah. And that's also like the alone time that I had was like one-on-one time of improving myself. And that was like that self-care element of not worrying about someone else anymore. It was just purely worrying about myself and worrying about the way that I looked and worrying about the way I felt. And I knew that if I felt healthier and I looked better, then I knew that other things would take care of themselves and I would feel better for that.
So question for both of you. Yeah. When coming out of a relationship, it's really relatable for a woman to want to look better than they did in the relationship. Yeah. I feel like when you're in a relationship, you fall under eating bad habits, really getting away from your body and really feeling comfortable, they say.
Well, you become complacent.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Not complacent as well. It's like almost, it's a good thing because you're not trying to impress anyone else except your partner.
Exactly.
But sometimes you also fail to impress your partner. Yeah. So,
but then what do you think a girl's thinking when they break up with their boyfriend and they want to get fit? Do you reckon they want to get fit to be like, this is what he's missing out on? Or
it could be, it just depends on this hostility of the breakup, the circumstances. It could be that like this is what you're missing out on, but also could be to impress other guys.
It's true.
So I think
even for themselves.
Yeah, or the third option, which is that. But all of those three combined as one similar, I guess, theme of bettering yourself, which I think there is no negative aspect to bettering yourself because all three of those things, whether it's for yourself, for the other benefit of other people, or just to show the other person this is what you're missing out on, they're all like bettering yourself, and nothing really negative will ever come out of bettering yourself because I think that's probably the most healthy way to deal with it. Yeah, doing something that's going to make you better.
Definitely.
So like, yeah, just grind away, and if you can become better like person than you were a week ago when the heartbreak happened, then the fuck's wrong with that? Like, no matter what situation you're in,
it is difficult though. Like when you look back on something, it seems like time flies and you forget about the feelings. But when you're looking in the future, it seems like it's so much further away and it's hard to achieve. Yeah. Like, just go day by day. It is so difficult. Like, you go day by day, just little goals by little goals. Like, it's going to be lonely days. Like, I always say that when it's quietest is when it's the loudest. Yeah. And that is so true because when you're by yourself on a Wednesday night, it is so loud and you're really feeling the emotions. You're upset, and that alone time that you used to have with them on that Wednesday night is just now by yourself. So it's like just trying to get through day by day.
Do you have any examples on how to get over it? because I've been in that situation and I don't know what to do. Like I don't know what to do when I'm feeling alone, feeling shit at night time. I don't like it.
I think that alone time, you have to substitute it with something else.
Do you feel like you have to sometimes sacrifice that alone time and just go through it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to jump in and say, because my one thing would be letting it hurt.
Yeah.
So if like you have to almost feel it to know like this is like it's real.
Yeah.
And I think if you're feeling it, then you know it was whatever the heartbreak was, whether it be grieving someone who's gone, or grieving a relationship, or grieving like a pet who's died. Like, you know, it was a real feeling. So that's the best thing about it. So you got to have to let it sink in at some point. And whether it be for a day, a week, a month, you got to let it sink in, let it hurt, and then you can use that to, I guess, springboard off and get over it.
Because it will change you into a different person as well, I think.
100%, yeah. So letting it hurt is definitely like an option, I think.
I think so many people, it is easier to jump into something new and jump into another relationship and just let someone else fill that void that someone else left. So
I reckon that stay away from that one as well. Because like, in the sense of don't do that, like
don't
try to fill in the void with something that's like not at the standard or like what your last thing was that was there in the first place. So it's like, don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry.
Exactly. Pete, you laughed at me when I said that. I said that the very first time. I can
honestly say the first person that I like get with or I hang out with post relationship is I've never ended up with them and I've never enjoyed my time with them. And looking back on it, they were just in that time, the way that I was, that person was never going to be the person for me.
Yeah. And it's like that, it's the same quote, except like we have to change it to not hungry, because you're not like looking for a relationship, you're looking for someone to fill the void. So you're not, so it's like you're going to buy shit you don't really feel like, and you're never going to eat, you know what I mean? Like,
so go grocery shopping when you don't.
When you feel ready.
When you feel ready.
Yeah, not when you're hungry, not when you're not hungry. When you're in that healthy middle.
But how do you know when you're ready?
You don't know.
You don't know. That's the thing, and I think it finds you.
You know when you're ready when you're unexpecting it. Unexpecting it? Is that a word?
When you're not expecting it.
Not expecting it, whatever. But I think if you look for it, it's never going to come.
Yeah.
But then when you...
It definitely finds you. I think like it'll catch you at like when you don't expect it, when you're not looking for it.
I genuinely believe that it catches you when you don't expect it. In my breakup, in my experiences, I went through probably a year of feeling like there was no one else that could possibly fill this void. Like I was like, I literally can't date another girl. Like I could not see myself with another person, could not meet, there was not another relationship that I was like, it's going to work. There was not another person that I saw out there was like, this is the one. And then all of a sudden it clicks. Like you go to Prees on a Friday night and this girl walks in, you're like, holy crap, this girl's gorgeous. And you start getting along and then all of a sudden you start clicking. Then every other feeling that you've had for that person previously just takes a back seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And
it does happen overnight. Like it does happen. Happens one day. I don't know. It'll be like,
can you relate?
No, not really. Yeah, I can do my first girlfriends. Like, obviously the first is different. Like everyone goes through that. Everyone knows that feeling where it's like, that is the end of the world. Like when you fucking first break up with your first, either talking stage girlfriend, someone you really cared about. That is the worst fucking feeling in the world. You don't know how to deal with it, and and you think, holy shit, like this girl's gonna go around like she got other guys now, like. But I probably had this 6 months with my first girlfriend when I was like 17, where I was like, what the fuck? This is like, will I ever get over this? And I shit you not, there was one day where I woke. I've said this before on here. There's one day where I woke up and I just didn't give a fuck. And like, you just don't care. Like you think, oh shit, like actually other girls do exist. That didn't work. Okay, I can try again. Like,
well, for someone, we're gonna paint a picture, and you're gonna answer it. For someone that has been with that one person and thinks it's like the end of the world, and they're not gonna like. I'm trying to like relate to it because I know I feel it. Like I have it.
I know what you're gonna ask. It's like you have to like feel that's the end of the world.
Yeah.
Because you have to use that to springboard off to future, or unfortunately, God forbid, future heartbreaks.
I feel like I can't see myself like getting over this one person. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's,
you know what I mean?
Diezel's going through his first girlfriend breakup now. It's like, no, you have to feel like that, and then but one day I'll just click saying, oh, okay, maybe this didn't work for a reason, and maybe it will work again, but maybe it didn't work for a reason. Maybe I have to try with someone else.
So
maybe I have to let them try with someone else.
Yeah.
And then just kind of springboard off that, and then I think everything works out without you trying. I guess shit just falls into line.
I know we're using a lot of analogies, but there is so many fish in the sea. Like when you're growing up, like when I was 16, 17 with this relationship, this was just a girl that I met within my like circle of friends.
This is going somewhere.
You don't realize that there is so many other people out there.
I disagree. I disagree. Keep on saying it.
Because I found that I just knew this girl from friends of friends within the group of my friends that I've just happened to be friends with because I lived in Berwick.
Yeah.
And as soon as I've moved away from that, I moved to my new place now. I was going out. There was so many other people out there. There was thousands, there's millions of people out there, not just in Melbourne, different states, different countries. There was so many other girls out there. And those opportunities that you have if you travel, if you go out more, if you're doing this and that, you're going to meet so many new people. There's going to be so many new faces and there are so many options out there.
I think that analogy is true, but I think that to meet a girl that has the same thoughts as you and the same feelings, like you could go, like you said, to Prees, or who was it? You or someone. You could go to Prees and see the girl of your dreams and stuff, but then she just wants to sleep with other guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And doesn't want the same things. Where I think for a guy, it's so much easier to be like, there's so much fish in the sea because there's so much like guys like that has like options. Where I feel like the girls struggle to find the right guys because I feel like a lot of the guys in this generation are very toxic and don't want the right things, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, there's that analogy is like more than true because like we're in Melbourne, like the community you grew up in, there's like fucking 200 chicks your age.
Yeah.
Odds of you finding a fucking like 200 chicks your age in this area. Yeah. There's 7 billion, like there's 3.5 billion in the world.
Yeah.
Like the world is so much bigger, and I think that's another part of realizing and getting over breakups. The world's a massive place. Your soulmate does not live in your fucking hometown.
You reckon?
That's a fact.
No way.
It feels like it does growing up. Like this girl is perfect. No way. Like she lives 20 minutes away. Like fucking hell. Get out, live your life, experience the world, and you'll see that there's other people and other places that may be more perfect than you. Like there is a lot more to the world, and there's a lot more girls out there. There's also for girls, there's a lot more guys out there as well. It's like you will not find your soulmate in your hometown. Like that is the way it is.
I completely understand that when you're younger, you're growing up, you've grown up with this particular person, you've got your license together, you've gone for your first drive together, so many like key moments with this one girl growing up. You will never have that same relationship. You'll never be able to replicate those moments and that connection you will always have with that person. However, once you get past that and you're now growing up, you're holding on to connections within the past and you're trying to find a feeling that you'll never ever get again.
That's what I mean. I feel like that feeling that you
sense.
never ever get again is worth so much more.
You don't though. Like I can confirm, like my first girlfriend, like I haven't had that feeling again because it's such a unique feeling. Like when you're doing everything for the first time.
What if that's like actual love? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. It depends.
Like what is that? Love. Like you actually like loved that person a different level to how you think after.
All kinds of loves are different. Like you're not going to feel the same kind of love for the different kind of person. Like each love is specific to. This is my like I guess concept of it. I don't know. Everyone's different. But every kind of feeling of love is different to the type of person you're with. True. And if you're feeling the same kind of love with two different people, then that's a fucking issue. Because like you shouldn't. Everyone's different. Every relationship is different.
Yeah.
So you won't find the same type of love. That's just the way. It's a fact of the matter. Like, and if you are, it's a concern. So accepting that I'm not going to find this exact feeling with someone else, but I can potentially find better. Yeah. And a more mature kind as I get older with someone else.
And also, the thing is that it takes time to get to know someone on a deeper level. And when you've known someone for so long on such a deep level, like you've been together for 3 years, you know every little thing about them, the ins and out. And then when you see someone else and you're on a first date again, you're on such surface level stuff and you're trying to connect with them on such deep level so quickly. Yeah. You just have to let things develop and let time, you know, work its magic. And that's where you'll find that connection with other people. Whereas if you're trying to find such a deep connection on the first date, that will freak anyone out. And you go, I can't, these dates aren't working for me. No one gets me. No one's connecting with me. It's not necessarily true. It's just that you're trying to find this feeling and have this connection with someone, meeting them for like 60 minutes on a date. Whereas you've had this connection that you've developed with someone for the last 2 years. So you have, when you're getting back out there, you have to let time do its thing and you have to, I don't know, keep developing those feelings and just enjoy those little moments and enjoy those things to build the connections.
And it's like, I guess, like oversaid concept, but time does heal everything. It's a fact. Like,
definitely,
it can be so, I guess, daunting and overwhelming. Like just being stuck in your own thoughts and thinking, I have to message now. But like, give it time. It sucks, but you just have to like almost neglect the feeling and let it go away, and then hopefully time fixes it if you want it to be fixed, or time will help you heal and get over it. So time will heal everything in its own separate way.
I feel like there'll be some viewers out there that are listening. Hopefully there's a lot of our friends that are like this, but guys or girls that don't have really the courage to go up to a girl or to talk to a girl or even just message. I feel like there's a lot of guys that just hold in so much and never really explore options.
Yeah.
How do they find? Do you feel like they just have to get out of their comfort zone?
I think so.
But how do you put in a position where you're a little bit more shy? How do you put yourself out there and put yourself in a position to meet new people and give yourself?
Do you reckon it'll be more of
opportunities?
like a trial and error where you have to screw up?
It has to be a trial and error. Like the odds of you finding the right thing on the first time are just sublime. Like they're fucking impossible.
Yeah.
I've discovered this new thing. Sorry, I cut you off. I discovered this new thing. It's called rejection therapy. I know it sounds silly, but I've seen a lot on TikTok recently. It's literally about people trying new things and embarrassing themselves and realizing that nothing bad becomes of it.
Yeah.
You screaming at shopping. This is so silly, but screaming at a shopping center, you go, oh my God, that is the most embarrassing thing ever. I could never do that. Someone goes and does it and absolutely nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, exactly. Like, I guess people don't, I think everyone has a bit of main character syndrome where it's like, holy shit, like I can't do that. People are going to think of this and there's going to be a front row report of me. It's like, paparazzi going to get me. No, it's like, no one gives a fuck about anyone but themselves more than they do themselves. Yeah. So it's like, no one, if you go scream at the top of your lungs in front of someone at a shopping center, they'll think, what the fuck, for 5 seconds, and then they'll go back to their day. They don't give a fuck. They'll probably go tell their parent, like their family later, saying, oh, I saw this today. They'll forget about it within 5 seconds.
Yeah.
People don't care about you as much as they do themselves. Like that's just a fact. And like, as we all care about ourselves so much, I think we all think, fuck, like if I did that, I'd think about this about myself. So if I do that in front of them, they're going to think that about me too. They don't give a fuck.
I feel like, how do I explain it? This is a system though. Like, I feel like this is like, the human, like sort of
100, of course.
Like we just like, it's controlling in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's almost pushed to feel like that as well.
Yeah,
like people like you're going to judge you no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So they want to keep people in line, not be themselves.
Kanye says like, my kids, like if they're jumping on the table, like they got in trouble, blah, 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 for jumping on the table at school. And he's like, if you tell my kid off, like I'll yell at you, blah, 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 because no one's jumping on the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, I want my kid to jump on the table because it's something different that no one else does. And he's like, we're in this like simulation. But he's like,
yes,
that's what
I
he
think
said.
you can take that with a grain of salt. Obviously, it is from Kanye,
but I think you never know. Like we could just be like written like to, like, you know, ants. You know how they're like brought up and their thing is to build homes and stuff, and they're just like controlled. Maybe we're controlled.
Maybe
this brain topic is like something a different topic.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I want to say, hopefully the viewers or the audience can feel comfort within this, in the sense, have you ever remembered a girl come up to you and said something weird to you?
Not like, I can remember it's definitely happened, but not the specifics.
I don't remember
the face of the girl. I don't remember what they said, but it's definitely happened. Like
nothing at all. And that goes the exact same way. Maybe they do, but I don't reckon a girl, that I've gone up to a girl being like, hey, I think you're really pretty, I'd love to get your number. They would never go, oh, can't believe he did this, and think about it every single day, every second. They would have no idea.
Maybe if it was you,
maybe that's different.
People hold receipts on like, because
of this, but just say for the general conversation, no one's going to remember that. No. And if you're being a good person and you've literally, from a kind heart, and you've gone, hey, I think this is girl really pretty, I want to give it a shot. Hey, I think you're pretty. Can I take you on a date? Can I have your number? And
You'll be surprised.
And she goes, no. If she goes, no, they'll be like, okay, well, you've walked away, you've gained more experience, and you've gained more confidence. Yeah. You've gained confidence that in rejection, that nothing happened when you got rejected. And what's the worst that happens? You get her number out of it, or you get more confidence. Nothing like possibly can go wrong.
What's the worst that can happen?
The worst game, they screenshot it there. Screenshot, put in the story. Like.
What's the worst that can happen with me?
What was it?
Like, what was the worst that can happen? And we like open the message.
Oh, yeah.
And then I full just like fucked it.
By no means are we perfect. We are just saying our experiences.
Yeah.
We've had so many times where like, I've been like, Diezel, what's the worst that could happen?
I was like, I'll say the story. Yeah. So I was just talking to this girl and I was just like, you know what, like she's interesting, blah, blah, blah. This was a while ago. This is like kind of when I like just got out of a relationship.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to talk to, you have this thing where when you get out of a relationship, you don't know how to, you lose your like game. You don't know how to talk to women. And that's something that like you gain back eventually if you like go up to girls and just say like, hey, this sounds so like icky, like fuckboy, but I'm trying not to be. Anyways, so I was just like to Luke, I was like, this girl's interesting. I want to like do something different. So I said like this weird message or something. And Luke's like, yeah, send it. I'm like, nah. He's like, what's the worst that can happen? I sent it and she's like, the fuck? And removed me. It was such like an eye opener to be like, holy shit, like that was the worst that could happen. Like,
exactly. But that also brings you back. You learn from your experiences.
Yeah.
Next time, don't say that so forward.
Well, I don't know what I said. I can't even remember, but I remember it was just so like.
It was rogue. It was
off
rogue.
topic.
Yeah.
We'll bring it back.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I got a staggering question for you. I don't know if you two will be able to answer because it's just your current situations, but think you ever been in love?
Have I been in love?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is that because you have nothing to compare it to?
Yeah.
You too, Luke, because you think... that's a
No,
similar vibe
actually,
to you?
no. I have something to compare it to, and it's my family, I'd say.
Yeah, but no, that's a different kind of love.
Oh,
That's
so
fucking
like
weird.
two girls kind of like
Yeah, so relationship love and family love is
Yeah.
extremely different. Don't cross
Yeah.
them.
No, not like
Let's
that.
not cross those T's away.
Fuck. No, but like someone you care about.
I'm talking relationship love. Have you been in relationship?
No, I've just had the one person that I've loved.
So is that, you think you've loved them?
Yeah, definitely.
Is that because you have nothing to compare it to, or do you think it's genuine?
I think it's genuine.
Yeah?
I think it's genuine.
What about you, Luke? You're similar. You've had one girlfriend.
I think the love that I had with her, it's like genuine love. And I have experienced different things, and I'm still searching for trying to find love within someone else again.
Yeah.
I feel as if now, after having that such deep connection with someone, I do struggle to connect with someone, but I also don't give myself the time to connect with that person.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to compare it to,
so this is
but
what-
it is genuine. You know what I mean?
This is where, because I'm different. I've had 3.5.
3.5.
Gosh, Tommy, was
I've had,
Is there another half one right now? Is that
Nah, it's no. It's like, well, each time I've been in that in each respective relationship, I thought, "Fuck, I'm in love." The first one, "Oh, fuck, I'm in love."
Yeah.
Second one, like, "Oh my god, I'm in more love now." Third one was, "Oh fuck, I'm in more love now." It's like, even the most recent, I'm like, "Fucking, this is insane." Like, it develops over time. It's hard to believe when you're with one person. Nothing could top this.
Yeah.
It does. It gets better and better, and it's a maturity type thing.
See, how do you handle like? I'll cut it off if you can't say it.
Yeah.
But you were talking to someone a couple months ago.
Yeah.
The transitioning from that month to now, like it's when you think about it, a short time.
Yeah.
How do you get over that person to then find this one?
Just like, I think you get pretty good at it after doing a fair few. Like, not like in the thing, it's like you just have to like, it is like after you let your first girlfriend go, you're fucking bulletproof.
Yeah,
that is the way.
That's true.
Everyone says it, like after you fully let your first girlfriend go and no contact and you see her as nothing, nothing, you can get over anything. It's just the way you genuinely, nothing will be able to like stop you or tear you down. Like you won't be doing any weird shit like running back. It's like, and it's just like, upon reflection now, looking back, there's certain like girlfriends I've had where it's like, well, maybe that wasn't like love to the fullest extent. So it's like, and looking back, there's someone that was definitely like, that was real.
Yeah.
There's probably like one where I'm thinking like that, okay, that was real. The other two, not as much. One definitely nowhere near as much.
Yeah.
The fucking Olmet we read.
Yeah, we were at an event. We got something that may be like a little bit controversial. We can cut it if we can't. But I feel sometimes when you do break up with someone, you almost don't care about the breakup, but you just care about them being with somebody else.
Yeah.
That 100%.
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
it's almost 100% that.
Do you think that's a lot of the reason why people don't want to move on?
Yes, and there's
Yeah,
the reason
100%.
why people can't move on because they don't want to see their significant other with someone else. And it's like they want to move on because they know it's best for them, but they keep getting sucked back into the whirlpool of being like, oh shit, but they shouldn't fuck someone else.
I'm guilty of that.
I know. And it's like, once you get over that, and that's what I'm saying before, I alluded to it before. When you get over the thought of your first girlfriend being with someone else, you are bulletproof.
Exactly.
Because it's like, this is like you cherish them so much, your first girlfriend, however long it was, you are happy with them or like accepting of them being with other people.
Yeah.
And you get over that feeling, you're full set. That's the hardest thing you ever go through.
The hardest thing is like, that's exactly right. Is the hardest thing to go through. But what helped me to get through the idea of my significant other being with somebody else was talking with my sister, who's older than me and has been through relationships. She gave me that perspective that no one can take away the love that you had and no one can take away those memories and those moments he had with that particular person. No one's going to ever take that away from you. Her new boyfriend or her new partner, that's never going to be compared to you, because it's going to be a different type of love. She's never going to love that person that she's with now as much as she loved you back then in that time.
Yeah.
So knowing that you had a really good relationship together, you had something happy, you had something, you know, you had this love with someone, that's never going to be taken away from you.
Yeah.
And you have to be happy and thankful that it happened. What's the quote? Be thankful that it happened.
Be happy that it's over, not say that it. Be happy that it happened, not say that it's over or something.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's right. You got to be happy that you had such a happy relationship and that person helped you build yourself within that 2-year span or however the span that relationship was. And to get over the fact that that person may be with somebody else, it's the next step in their life. And then your step is in a different direction. And you both stem from the same, you know, step below, but that's just where your stairs are going. I know that's such a weird analogy, but you go different pathways.
Yeah.
And you just have to be thankful that you had those moments together. And to get over them being with somebody else is you're happy that they're finding somebody else that they can now build a future with, which sucks.
If I could go back and tell my 16-year-old self going through the first heartbreak that I went through, one thing, it'd be like, the type of feeling you feel matures with you. And I think like the heartbreaks, like they don't last forever. They don't last 6 months. Like if you commit yourself to getting over something, you have to go.
No, all good.
Nothing lasts forever. No feeling lasts forever. It's just about how quickly you can get on your toes about it and move on. And it's about how long you let it last.
Yeah.
Definitely. So it's like, if you're doing stupid shit, like going to see someone that you should be getting over, then it's on you. Like if you're doing stupid shit like that, it's like, you're doing it to yourself and you're not going to, it's adding like months and months to the recovery time. So it's like doing an injury, you fucking do your ACL and you keep running. Like the fuck, what good is that doing for you? Like if it's same if you're trying to get over someone, you keep seeing them, how the fuck are you going to get over them?
True.
So like it's being mature enough to recognize like this person wasn't right for me at the moment. It might be right for me in a year, but between now and that year, I need to get myself right and like just move on.
Going back to feeling like you can't like get over them because they're getting with someone else or something. I feel like me personally, like it's so easy to tell people like who are listening now how good of a person we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you got to think and reflect like, how do they feel if I get with like someone else? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not guilty. I'm not clean with like all that. Like I've obviously gotten with other people, but then I got to understand how that makes that other person feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like vice versa. Like I can't be like where I feel like absolute shit because you've gotten with someone, and then it's just like, but hang on, I've gotten with someone else as well. So you know what I mean?
It sounds so wrong, but within a relationship, you feel like they're almost yours. It's like your possession. They may feel the same thing about you in the sense that you're so connected. It feels like that's your thing. It's like yours that nobody else can have. Yeah. So when you're then breaking up with someone that's like someone else can have what is yours is really hard to comprehend and understand.
Yeah, I think just being able to like go through the pain of like seeing someone with someone new, because the first time sucks. Like no matter who you are, seeing your ex with someone new is going to suck the first time. No matter who your ex was, what number it was, what kind of feeling it was, it's going to suck. You don't want to see it. But when you feel that pain, it's like, okay, now I know how this person's going to feel when I do the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like almost not being a cunt about it and just like letting it like being responsible and maybe not letting him see it in the full extent type thing.
So this is where I want to go from here. You understand that you've broken up. You understand that you have to move on. You understand. But then how do you go from there? Like, what are some tips and tricks day by day? Let's go. I've just broken up with my girlfriend. I have 2 weeks now. What do I do? Let's go 2 weeks, 3 months, 6 months.
2 weeks.
Where do I go from here?
2 weeks, block them. Like, block them. Cut them out.
Completely.
I didn't. And
the crime now.
I'm kind of glad I didn't. But you have to. Like, because... and even block their friends, like fucking what?
Yeah.
But like, so that you don't see any photos of them enjoying themselves with other people. You don't have any interaction with them at all. I think the first 2 weeks you have to block them, get rid of them, and try to erase them from your mind.
Definitely.
And just letting the feelings sink in.
Yeah.
As quick as you can do that, like that's as beneficial as possible.
Yeah.
So it's like a wound. If you keep going back, you just keep opening it. You
Yeah.
you go 2 weeks and you're like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. And then you go back and see it again. You're like, oh, this sucks, right?
Yeah.
So just block them out. Don't see them. If you know they go to SB or you know they go to a club, go somewhere different.
Yeah.
Just for that time. I know you go change your life just because they're going to be there, but just for the time being, go somewhere different.
Yeah.
Go places where you know they're not going to be, and they will help you so much more to meet new people,
Definitely.
as well as not see them and their friends. All right, so it's 2 weeks time now. Let's go 1 month, 3 months. Where do we go from here?
1 month, hopefully you're just finding a groove again.
I think starting to go out, maybe.
Go out, not even like that, just putting yourself out there a bit more.
Yeah.
Whether that be going out or like signing up for a dating app or something, or like putting yourself out there to meet people of interest.
Yeah.
And just like that might, like, obviously you're not going to marry him at this point, but like testing the waters.
I think
So it's finding, I think with that month, that's where you then find your hobbies and you find things that you want to do. And that's where you're going to get your groove again. For me, it was going to the gym, focusing on myself, self-improvement. That's where it started, was that 1 month period, because that's where you've understood the feelings, you stop feeling sorry for yourself and you go, all right, let's get up, let's get going.
I think the dating apps are good. I think that like a lot of people can use it as like a soothing sort of like
it's very, I think my dating app experience is like very fake.
Yeah,
It's like a video game, but
it's a video game.
it is,
Like,
it's genuine. Like
yeah.
it's like fucking like
Yeah.
endorphins are going full swing on it.
Yeah. It took me a while. Like I was talking to someone and like I was still had it.
Yeah.
And it's like I didn't have it for the reason to see people. I just had it for the reason to it's so fun
Validation.
to just
It's also validation.
Gives you validation, 100%. You want to know that you look good. You like this photo. You want someone to be like, I also like that
Yeah,
photo.
it's like, and it's just, I personally can't take it seriously. Like I've tried it 10 times, Hinge especially, downloading it and setting it up.
Yeah.
I last about 2 days each time where I'm just like, fuck,
I take
what
the
is
piss
the
out of
fucking
it.
point? Like I take the piss out of it. It's just like, I can't be bothered. Like it's just trying to entertain 8 conversations at once.
It's not good.
It's not good, and I don't think it's natural human nature to be able to do that, especially with people you should be interested in talking to. I have enough energy for one, especially the kind of girls I go for, like fucking insane.
We're not saying that it's okay. Look, I'm going to normalize it. Like, it is okay to see and talk to multiple people at once.
You reckon?
I think 100%.
but like,
it is 100% okay.
But is it okay to sleep with more than people?
It's different if you're having a lot of intimate connections with multiple people in a short period of time. Say you're sleeping with 3 people a week, then maybe that's issue. But if you want to sleep with 3 people a week, you just have to let them know that, hey, I'm seeing other people. This is what I'm doing. I think the problem lies when you sleep with 3 people and they all think that they having a one-on-one.
Yeah, that's an issue.
But I'm saying that there's nothing wrong with going on multiple dates and experiencing new things and putting yourself out there. Like, I know people be like, oh, I know they might shame you for going on a date with this person, date with that person, but it's like, I don't care. I'm experiencing my life. I'm choosing what I want to do. I'm doing different opportunities and I'm seeing different people, different personalities, and going on experiences to shape what I want and know what I want. Like, that's just how it is.
We have this girl at the gym, the boxing gym that we go to, and she, bleep the name out, Lauren. She was telling us how like she has a date now, tomorrow or whatever. Then she has a date in 4 days, and then she has another date in like a week after. And it's just like, for her to go on different dates with different guys proves that she doesn't care about just that one guy. She cares about connections with all 3 of them to see which one is beneficial for her in a way.
Yeah, you're not gonna find it first try.
That's what I mean.
You are.
So I think you can't really go full all pal into one person before having a taste of a bit of everything.
Definitely. Now we'll go there. So 1 week, the first 2 weeks, you're just trying to get through it. You're trying to understand it. You feel your emotions. 1 month, you start getting your mojo back. You start doing your hobbies. Let's go 3 months now. 3 months, you've moved past the relationship. You're going to be looking at new people now. This is 3 months time. I think that's where you start exploring potentially new relationships, new people.
I reckon a holiday.
Yeah, we can start a holiday.
Genuinely.
If you're in the position to give yourself a holiday, give yourself a holiday.
Give yourself a holiday.
Or get away, go somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
Self-care. And 3 months, I don't know what he's doing. Just ignore him.
Keep going. Fuck.
And then 3 months, you just do it. And by then you're almost you're not over it. You might still have those feelings there, but I guarantee you in 3 months time, you are feeling way, way, way better about yourself. And you can deal with it. And maybe you're thinking about them once a week.
It all stems back to not going back when you feel like it, all, because you don't want them seeing other people. It's like worst thing you can do is go back, because that just opens the wounds. It reignites the injury. It fucking reignites the flame.
Going back there also, I would love to say that with my experience, I did this where I spent an extended period of time away from this person, and I became a much greater version of myself. I became a person that I want to be. I self-improvement to the next level. I was improving every aspect of my life, and I'm at a different point where I was. And then
now you're this
6
fucking
months
person
later,
and a mate are trying to tear him down.
and now that person, my mate, are now trying to tear me down because I'm doing well.
Yeah.
And I allowed them and gave them access to me and went back to that situation that I was dealing with 2 years ago. And I already I caught myself having those same feelings I had 2 years ago. I was like, oh, maybe I'm not over this person, but no, I am over this person. I'm just putting myself in positions to get hurt.
And it's like people, that's natural human nature to do that as well. Like everyone's going to do that. But that's the thing, leveling up after you leave someone, especially if maybe it was a hostile breakup or ended on bad terms, is the best thing you can do. Like it's the least toxic and best thing you can do. And usually like God forbid, like the other person doesn't respond nicely to that and they come for you. Like we've seen with Luke. So Luke, it's like Luke. So Luke and his ex broke up, probably 2 years ago?
2.5 years ago now. Yeah.
So and since then, Luke has fucking become a completely different person, both social status wise and just like athlete wise and everything wise. And I think if it was a real connection, his significant other that he broke up with would be
there from the
over
start.
the moon. No, not even that. Over the moon, proud of his progress. Messaging saying, I'm so proud.
Oh, yeah.
Instead, we've got them coming for him, making fake accounts, commenting, like trying to tear him down, like leaking shit from Luke's past. It's like that is, I think, shows the type of person that they were from the start. And like they had the best interest in mind. They didn't really care about Luke's best interest. And it's like recognizing that and thinking, fuck, why would I want to be with this person when they're just going to tear me down when I'm doing better than they are? It's like, what the fuck?
Is this a great time to say that you don't have Tom and I's approval?
Yeah, exactly. But it's just like getting, if you are leveled up since you've been away from that person, that is the most insanely prominent sign that you're better off without that person. Why would you want to go back to why would you want to take steps back to someone to the same position that you were in? Why would you want to take like 3 steps back when you've taken 3 steps forward since you left them? Taking 3 steps back, going back to them. Why the fuck would you want to do that?
And going back to that person is literally like jumping 3 steps back.
It is. You have to match. They're probably they want you to be at the same vibe that you were at when you were with them. You're not there anymore. You're ahead of where you were. Why would you want to go backwards just to accommodate this one person that evidently doesn't have your best interest in mind?
It's true.
And it's almost like, for me, it's almost like an ego thing where it's like, you want to be like, look at me, I'm doing so well. Look what I can now give you. Like, I've worked on myself. I'm a way better person. And you like want to show them how much better you are.
It's the tall poppy syndrome in Australia as well.
It definitely.
Yeah. But how good is it though? So you obviously had a high profile ex, blah, blah, blah. We say it, it's a meme.
Yeah.
Now you're the high profile person.
I don't think I'm high profile, but
no,
you're higher profile than she is.
Yeah. Like you're getting a lot of reach and a lot of people know your face and know who you are. How does that make you feel to know that I would say you're doing better?
Social status wise, no one fucking knows that.
Yeah, I just didn't want to say that. Yeah. I think you're doing better. I think you're doing way better, honestly. But how do you feel? Do you feel good?
No, I definitely feel, to me, it was like I wasn't the person that I wanted to be. And now I'm like feeling like I'm becoming somebody greater. Yeah. If that makes sense.
100%.
Yeah. And I know that I'm going in a direction, like I've put myself in a direction that I want to go, and I've found enjoyment, I found love, and I've found things and places that I want to go, and I know how to achieve them where I didn't have those goals previously. And now just like, it's not like an ego thing where I'm like, yeah, look at me, like I'm so much better than you. It's like, it is okay. A little bit.
I feel like you have to have that.
You have to have a little bit of a tick in you where it's like, look at me go.
Motivation, yeah.
It's just like a little tick in you that goes, look at me go, like just quietly, very quiet, like fuck you.
Like you're watching my TikTok reels.
Exactly. It's like, I know that you and your new boyfriend are looking, and I know he's crazy about me. Like, you know,
I would feel so shit if I was her new boyfriend.
Oh, horrible.
Like I'd feel horrible.
That's just the way it is. But and then that's like causing her to do the tall poppy syndrome, where it's like, fuck him, I don't want him to do well. So it's like she's like leaking shit from the past. She's fucking doing all this kind of shit. And it's just like, that's a reflection of the person.
Yeah.
And it's like maybe a showcase that they weren't as, I guess, real and authentic as they perceived.
Hey, because you have things on her, and it's like, you would never do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You would never put her in a position or situation to tear her down when I know that you want the best for her, and you've said it multiple times on the podcast and behind the scenes, you've said, I want the best for this person and I wish her luck.
It's like my most recent making the TikTok about me, like, you know, fuck my ex, whatever. Yeah. She put that TikTok out publicly. Yeah. She's got fucking 300 TikTok followers, putting that TikTok out publicly, got 900 views. Why the fuck would you provoke that with us, with this platform that we have? Where it's like, I would never do something like that. Even if she provoked the fuck out of me, I would never like comfort someone personally.
And it's so funny that imagine you made a TikTok like that.
I know. And I have the platform where it's like people would probably side with me.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do that? Like, coming after someone publicly on the internet is just so low. No matter what they've done, if they've fucking killed someone or something, that's different. Or like committed a crime.
Away from all that.
Yeah, but like it's so low. And especially if you're being so petty about it, where it's like, you know that this is a dig at them. You know your friends are going to get behind you in the comments. It's like, don't do it.
We're not going to be the ones making a TikTok coming back at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
We're going to be that one step ahead and be like, you know what? Fucking that is so petty and stupid.
Yeah, we all saw the TikTok in question and just laughed. It was just like, dude, like what the fuck? Like, this is like what 8-year-olds do.
Yeah.
So it's like, not doing petty shit's huge as well. Don't fucking breaking up. Don't do petty shit. Like, it's just bullshit.
Yeah, move on.
Is Mick here?
Yeah, I'll go grab my seat.
I'll do a conclusion and we'll be. So thank you for watching episode 23 of DNM Cast. We'll be back. So this is the last one we're doing in advance. We'll be back live next week.
Let's go.
So get keen.
Excited for more relevant terms.
I'm so excited to tell you Phuket stories.
Yeah, we'll have a lot of stories. I'll have news stories. We'll have Phuket stories. We'll have a lot of stories. So get keen next week. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you soon.
See ya.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Gotcha.
Good.